Good morning, everybody. This is Dr. Ted Caleris, Superintendent for the Brooklyn City Schools. Welcome to our next episode of the Hurricane Watch. Today we have 4 amazing students from our ROX student group, along with Mrs. Amaro and Miss Benevenci, our faculty advisors for this club. So I'm going to open this up to anybody. Tell me what ROX is.
So, ROX stands for Ruling Our Experiences. And this is a group that is put together, made up of a bunch of different girls. And we talk about a lot of different things that our girls are going through, whether it's self esteem, confidence, healthy relationships, just identifying different issues and helping our girls work through them. But essentially, it's a girl empowerment group.
Awesome. Girl power. We love it.
Yep.
Before we get going, I think we need some introductions of our students. So, Elena, we're going to start over here to my left. Tell me your name, your grade level, and why you love ROX.
My name is Elena. I'm in 6th grade. And I love ROX because I've met other people. I've had more relationships now, and it's able for me to express my feelings in different ways that I couldn't before. It's fun being around other girls my age and having similar problems and just things in life that we could all talk about.
That's a great answer. Jazz?
My name's Jaslyn. I'm in 6th grade, and what I like about ROX is that there's like these girls that I've never met before, and we just like create bonds with each other, and I'm able to tell my teacher and like the girls in my group about anything that I want and being comfortable while telling them and not them judging.
Great job.
My name is Kebe. I'm in 8th grade, and the thing that I like about ROX is how we motivate each other and we talk to each other. If there's somebody that doesn't really like what we're doing, we talk about it and we just say our feelings.
Outstanding. Camille?
My name is Camille and I'm in 9th grade. And what I like most about ROX is that there's girls that I've seen around the school a lot and I never talked to them, but now I was in ROX with them and I've learned that there's like a lot of experiences that we share together. We were able to talk about them and that I wasn't just going through stuff alone.
Let's talk a little bit about like your first impression of the group and really like how did you really get involved with this program and why do you feel like it's been beneficial for you? So like how did you first start getting in this? Lena?
I started when we first got picked for ROX and we had Miss B come pick us up. We went to the ROX room and she told us about ROX and why we got picked. And then we had our first question and we just answered, and it was very quiet at first because barely nobody knew each other. But like now it's just like we're all comfortable. We could say whatever we want. But as we progressed in ROX, we've all come more open and more comfortable just talking to each other in general.
Anybody else want to answer that question?
When Miss Berg came to our classes to pick us up, I was like, what is this? Like, I didn't know what to do. I was just sitting in the back. I'm like, oh, so why are we here? What are we doing? But I'm very talkative, so I was ready to talk and ask questions and let other people talk. So it was great being able to be with the girls and talking and sharing our thoughts and what we thought.
Outstanding. So tell me, what does this club do? Tell me about a typical day. Is it during the day? Is it after school club? Do you do activities? Like somebody tell me what you do. Jazz?
So our group, the 6th and 5th grade group, we get picked up every Tuesday on our ice block time, which is towards the end of the school day. And we just like do different lessons each time and we'll talk about struggles that we all have, problems that we all have.
Okay.
So we get picked up during ice block, which is like middle of the day, and we get in I don't know what the room is called, but we get in a certain room that we share different scenarios and they get shared to us and we explain or we give our opinions on what we think about the scenario.
So let me turn to our adults in the room, Mrs. Amaro, Miss B. Tell me why you're involved in this group. I mean, why do you believe it's beneficial? Tell me a little bit about your experiences as adults doing this.
This is my second time doing ROX at Brooklyn, and it's just about getting girls together to empower them, find their voices, and also once they graduate from the group, helping them empower other girls and getting to build those connections. And we know those relationships are so important with their teachers and staff. So now they all have another staff member they can go to as well as the years go on.
Mrs. Morrow?
Very similar, to kind of echo what Mrs. B said. I had heard about ROX from actually the counseling groups that we were in, and then I got sent down to Columbus for training. And for my training, it was 3 days, and I felt so empowered by all the other women there that were being trained. Loved the experience, and I was super excited to come back and bring it to Brooklyn. And I think it's really been pretty life-changing. I look forward. It's one of my favorite activities every week.
So I gotta ask a fun question. Do you guys make fun of the boys in this club?
Yes.
Tell me why. Tell me why?
Okay, so we watched a video about when you're supposed to drink tea and when you're not supposed to drink tea. And I looked at Miss Burr and I was like, Miss Burr, do you think this video is for us? Because I feel like this video is more towards the boys and not for us. And she was like, well, they should come up with the boys rocks, but it shouldn't be called boys rocks. It should be called something else that can train the boys on like experiences and what they should and should not do when it comes to a situation like that. So we sat and we laughed about that, and yeah.
Very good. Anybody else want to add to that one?
So there's times in ROX where we just like we're talking about whatever the topic of that day was, and there's times where we were talking about the boys and how annoying or like irritating
Boys are so annoying.
how
So
and while we're talking about it, Miss B reminds us that the ROX group isn't about talking bad about other people, and it's talking how you feel, just yourself in general. And then we mostly stopped, but there's times where we still like talk about boys.
Sorry, we won't tell anybody you talk about it. We promise that we won't tell anybody. Tell me what you've learned about yourself by participating in ROX. Maybe start with Camille.
There's a lot of like shared experiences with like the girls there. Like I felt so like weird, like what am I going to talk about in this group? And then the girls would talk and I'd be like, oh, like I experienced that too. And then it opened me up more, like talking in this group, and made me not feel like ashamed of things I went through because other people go through it too.
It's a great answer. What else?
I learned to not hold things in. Like I learned to express myself more because I felt like me speaking out I would be judged by other people. So I would keep my mouth shut. But being in ROX taught me that saying your opinions can let people know how you feel, can inform them of how you feel and things that they should and should not do when it comes to feelings.
Good. Jazz, Elena, what do you think? What have you learned about yourself?
I've learned that I'm not alone, and I'm not the only one that goes through struggles, and that other people have struggles similar to mine. And the fact that they do has opened me up to talk about it and to let me know that it's okay to have those type of problems.
Yeah, kind of relating to what Elena said, like when we have many problems and pile them up, like when just keep them to yourself, you get more stressed out, and I feel like it opened me up to be able to talk about it and relate with other people.
Has it helped you with like schoolwork and how to deal with conflict? And has it helped you with other adults? So it's really helped you kind of when you go back to class? Outstanding. So I want to ask a question too. So, part of what we do obviously is, education and making sure you guys are prepared for your next step. Have you guys thought about what you want to do after high school? You want to go to college, vocational school? Like, tell me your future dreams.
My future dream is definitely to go to college and do something with sports, probably volleyball.
Do you play sports here? Do you do stuff here with us? Are you going to? What are you going to play?
Volleyball.
Good.
Cheer and softball.
Excellent. Lena, what about you?
So I'm wanting to go to college for law school, and
I can see that.
I'm gonna do
Just so you know, I can already see that. Yes.
and I'm most likely gonna do Caleris with cosmetology as like a hobby as well. I'm gonna be doing nails. But law school mostly because I noticed that have a pretty similar personality to a lawyer, and I love the things that a lawyer is able to do. So after college, I want to be a lawyer, and then I want to do cosmetology as
So what you're telling me is if I asked your mother, she would say you like to argue a lot.
Yes.
Okay, very good. There you go. Very. Okay, what do you think? What do you want to do?
I want to be like forensics. I want to do something with forensic science because I was a medical detective and we used to watch these videos about forensics and I was like, "Oh, that is cool." And I saw this one mystery that the video was about, but nobody else knew. And I just shouted out. I was like, "Oh, I know, I know, I know." And I said it and I feel like finding out things and like putting pieces and puzzles together, it makes me feel good. So I feel like that's something I want to do. And I want to be a doctor as well because I feel like helping other people and making them feel stronger each day makes me smile. So that's what I want to do as well.
Great. Camille, what about you?
When I get the opportunity to go to Polaris, I'm gonna go to Polaris for business, and then I want to continue at college and get my 4 years in for business so I can have that. But I also want to do real estate classes. Those are different, and I want to be a real estate agent. And it's something that I saw, and I was like, that's kind of cool. And then I started looking more into it, and I was like, I think this is like what I want to do when I'm older. And I've always thought that I want to make my own schedule when I'm older. I want to have a job like that. So I think it's like the perfect job for me.
Sounds like we got an amazing group here, and I know
Mhm.
everybody's not here. These were our 4 brave souls that decided to come on with the superintendent. But Mrs. Amaro, Miss B, tell me why these 4 students are fun to work with on a daily basis, weekly basis.
Elena and Jazz have been leaders of the group, especially with the fifth graders. Like Elena said, it was kind of quiet at first and a little bit uncomfortable when you're coming with a new group of kids that you don't really know. So they've both been great leaders and they've shown up and they've been able to talk and communicate. And it's been great working with them. So hopefully bringing these girls back next year to talk to the ROX group and kind of get them comfortable with it and get their feet wet so they know what to expect.
Stan.
So I work with Camille every single week. Camille, again, has been a leader in the group. She's wonderful. Really one of the first to share whenever I ask a question. She's always vulnerable, which I really admire about her. All of her teachers say she's super hardworking in the classroom. She's kind, and she's always just willing to listen to all the girls when they speak. So, and we were talking on the way here, and she's never missed a rocks all throughout the entire year that we've had it. So I look forward to seeing her face every single Wednesday.
So next year you're going to be leaders. Are you still going to be part of the group next year? Do you
I
feel
want
excellent?
to.
Excellent. So what advice would you give future students next year saying, if they're unsure about joining the group, what would you say to them as now our leaders of the ROX program?
I would say that I would talk to them about how I felt first joining the Rocks group, and that at first it's going to be a little nerve-wracking, but as you be with the girls once a week more often, then you're going to get more comfortable with them, and that the teachers, no matter who you get, they're very welcoming and very open and just make you feel pretty comfortable to talk about yourself.
I would also like kind of agree with Elena, talk to them about my first experiences with rocks. Tell them that it might not seem like it might do anything because when I joined Rocks, I didn't think it was gonna do anything with my personal problems very much, but it ended up being talking to the girls and my teacher really helped with my personal problems and made me feel a lot more open to people.
Good. Katie?
I would say it's a place that you can build a bond and feel welcome. Like you're not gonna get judged. People are not gonna look at you weird. There are similar situations that people have, and like we all have that will get talked through and we'll have like opinions on like advice or things that you should do. So I feel like I would say it's a great thing. Like you should do it.
Camille?
I would tell them that is it like if you get picked for it and you think like I don't want to do this because I don't know the people in here, I don't know what this is about. I would tell them like it's a really good program and you have like a place to go to every week and you eventually look forward to it. Because at first I would tell them what I would thought. I thought that I'd never knew these girls and I didn't think that it was gonna be something that I would like, but I formed a bond with all the girls there.
Outstanding. Well, obviously, you've chosen correctly. They're amazing. They're brave. They're leaders in our district. Um, One final question. What can I do for you to help you and to help our school next year? If you had one thing that you wanted to change, what would it be? So obviously we need nothing. Everything's perfect. No changes. Nothing.
A bigger group.
A bigger group of
A
what?
bigger group of girls.
Okay.
A bigger group of girls. Because I feel like the more girls you have, the more, it is fun. It is fun. Is it? Oh my God, it is fun now. But like the more group you have and the more girls you have, it's like like a sleepover kind of.
Okay. All right.
It's like more energetic and it's more fun because like we do when we read the scenarios, we do games like the Marshmallow River, and like it's more fun working together in a group and participating more. So I feel like more girls.
All right. And more girls. Well, anybody else?
This is not something that I would change because we don't do it yet, but just having a ROX reunion possibly, and bringing
Yeah.
like maybe the next year or every other year the ROX girls from last year could come at the last day of ROX that the grade has it, and we could just spend the time with the girls that are already in ROX the last day that they have it.
I love it. I love it. Anybody else? Jazz? Oh, no, please. Go ahead.
So I saw this, but we should have a big poster somewhere that says ROX Girl Empowerment Group, and the former leaders or the former participants should sign with the year on it.
I love that. I love that. You taking notes?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're taking notes. Well, I want to thank everybody for being here. You did an amazing job. Obviously, you are amazing leaders in our district. So 4 of our students here also participated in a board meeting presentation a while ago. And at that meeting, I said, well, I think I owe them a pizza party. So we're to the end here where I owe them a pizza party. This has been an awesome opportunity. I want to thank our staff members. Thank all of you. This has been the latest episode of Hurricane Watch. Have a great day.